Hello, my most amazing artists, and welcome back to our Tiny Seed project. Remember, this project is inspired by the book The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. So far, we have explored the element of art texture, and by doing that, we have created some beautiful painted pieces of paper. In week 1 of this project, we just focused on the brown part of our flower, the middle part of our flower, so we used brown and white paint to paint this piece of paper. Since painting our brown piece of paper, we have taken a couple of weeks to actually paint the paper for the petals of our flower, and we've done 2 pieces for that, and I just am going to have a purple flower because I mixed blue and red together for this piece of paper. And last but not least, we took 1 week to paint the green part of our flower, the stem and the leaves. So all together, I have 4 pieces of painted paper. This week, we are just going to focus on the petals of our flower and the middle part of our flower. We're going to use these papers today to cut and glue our flower together. I have cut out a circle template that I'm going to use to create the inside of our flower, and also a little petal template that we are going to use for our petal shapes. But of course, if you are doing this project on your own outside of me teaching it to you, then you can do as big of a flower as you want to, and you can do whatever shape of petal that you want to. Since we're cutting and gluing, of course you will need a pair of scissors and some glue, and we're going to be using white glue so it can get a little bit messy. So we are also going to use a messy mat so we don't get glue all over our table. I am so excited to start creating these beautiful flowers with you guys, but before we get started, let's go ahead and say our class mantra all together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. My mantra: I am positive, I am creative, I am mindful, I am amazing, I am an artist. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I have my painted papers here. I have my brown piece of painted paper, and I have the paper that I painted for my petals of my flower. And on the brown one, I have just drawn a circle on the back. That is going to help us see where our scissors are going to cut. And on the back of my petal papers, I have just drawn enough petals that would fit around this circle. If you're doing this project without me here to help you, then you'll just need to cut out enough petals to fill however big your circle is. So here is my template, and what I did was I took my petal shape and I just measured it around, and for me, I need 12 petals to go around this circle. So I traced 12 petals on the back of my painted paper. Okay, the first thing that I want to do is I am just going to take my scissors here and I'm going to cut along this circle. I'm going to follow this black line until my whole entire circle is cut out. Now let's talk a little bit about scissor safety, my friends. Miss M is going to be walking around making sure you're holding your scissors the right way. So just as a reminder, your thumb goes into the hole, the smaller hole of your scissors, and then these fingers back here, they're going to go into the bigger hole. And Miss M is right-handed, so my scissors are in my right hand. If you write with your left hand, then your scissors are going to go in your left hand the same exact way. Thumb goes in the small hole, and your other fingers go in the bigger hole. When we're cutting, our thumb should always be on top. We should never cut with our fingers on top because that can be very dangerous. We don't have very much control over our scissors when we cut like this. So whenever we twist and our thumb is on top, that is the safest way to cut. Also going to be cutting away from myself and never towards myself because that is also very dangerous. Okay, so with my scissors in my right hand, my thumb is in the right place, my fingers are in the right place, I'm going to start cutting this circle out. So I am just coming in from the side over here and I'm cutting my way into my circle, and I'm again cutting away from myself. Now this hand that's holding my scissors, this hand's doing all the hard work. this hand over here is being super lazy. So we're gonna give him a job. His job is to hold our paper in place, and it's actually going to rotate our paper around and show our scissors where to cut, my friends. Okay, my scissors are not moving around. My scissors are actually staying in the same exact place. All my scissors are doing are opening and closing, opening and closing. They're not going around. This hand is going to make that easy for us by holding our paper and rotating it all the way around our shapes that we're going to cut out today. We are cutting out a bunch of shapes, so we need to be prepared that it might take a little bit longer because we have to use our best scissor safety. That means I'm going pretty slow. I'm taking my time. My eyes are staying on my paper. I'm not looking across the room as I'm cutting because I want to make sure I'm staying on that black line, and ta-da! Our circle is cut out. Very good, my friends. This extra paper is just extra paper. It can be recycled, or we can use it and turn it into something else. We have our circle cut out of our brown paper. Now I'm going to take my colorful texture paper and I'm going to start cutting out my petals. And just like when we cut our circle out, we are going to use our very best scissor safety while cutting our petals out. That means we're going to take our time and watch where our scissors are cutting. My scissors are staying in the same place. They're just opening and closing. And this hand, my lazy hand, is going to rotate our paper around to show our scissors where to cut. And there is our petal. Well, one of our petals. We still have a lot more petals to cut out, but I'm so excited to see how these flowers are going to turn out. I think they're going to be so pretty. Any extra paper that you have that might be getting in your way, you can actually just snip right off. And this, like I said with our other paper, it's just extra paper. We can recycle it or throw it away, or we can use it for some more art another time. Alright, so I am just going to cut out all of my petal shapes, and I'm going to speed up my video so it'll look like I'm going fast while I'm cutting, but I'm actually really going slow and taking my time, making sure I'm being safe and I'm being mindful of those around me. And I'm also being mindful where my scissors are cutting. Alright, by the end of it, you should have 12 petals all together to go around the middle of our flower. So I'm going to go ahead, speed this video up a little bit, and I'm going to cut out all 12 of my petals, and I'll be right back to show you the next step. That was a lot of cutting, but now I have 12 beautiful petals to go on my flower. After you cut out all 12 of your petals, we are going to glue them to the middle of our flower. And the way we're going to glue all these beautiful petals to the middle of our flower is we're actually going to flip it over first, okay? So the glue is only gonna go on the back. Is the glue gonna go on the front? No way! It's gonna go on the back. So before you start gluing, make sure your brown circle is flipped over on the back. So far this year, we have only been using glue sticks, But for the first time this year, we are going to use a different kind of glue. And that is something that looks like this. This is a little cup, and there's a little corner here that's sticking out a little bit. That's how you open it up. And it is white glue. Now guys, we have to be super duper careful with our glue because look, if this falls on the floor, that would be a big sticky mess. So make sure your glue doesn't get too close to the edge of your table or else we might have a big sticky accident. And if it does happen, then it's okay. Miss Emma will help you clean it up. But let's try not to let it happen. So keep your glue cup closer inside your table, not close to the side edge of your table, okay? You're also gonna get a little glue brush and it looks like this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little glue brush and we're just gonna dip our glue brush in the glue. If you end up getting too much glue and it's dripping off of our glue brush, we are going to remind ourselves of a little rhyme and it goes like this. Drip, drip, wipe it on the lip. Okay, when I say the lip, I don't mean your lips on your face. Ew, don't wipe this glue brush on your face, please. What I mean is drip, drip, wipe it on the lip of your glue cup. That's the edge of your glue cup. Because whenever it's dripping and you wipe it on the edge, that glue just goes right back down into the cup. So drip, drip, wipe it on the lip, and then we're ready to go. Okay, once you have enough glue, but not too much glue. If you get too much glue, then it's gonna be a big old sticky mess, okay? So we only need a little bit, drip, drip, wipe it on the lip of your cup, not your real lips, please, ew. And we are gonna go around the edge of our circle, okay? You ready? We're gonna take some glue, and we are gonna do little tiny dots all the way around the edge. And we are gonna say another rhyme to ourselves, and it goes like this. Ahem. Dot, dot, not a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. Okay, so can you see that? I have little dots of glue, and they're gonna go all the way around the edge of my circle. Dot, dot, not a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. If you say that to yourself, that helps you remember to just do little dots all the way around the edge. We don't even need to do dots in the middle because our petals aren't going to go in the middle. They're going to go on the edge, okay? So just do little dots all the way around the edge. If you get too much glue, drip, drip, wipe it on the lip. But not the lips on your face, guys. Come on, that's nasty. Do, 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 do. All right, so I have little dots all the way around the edge of my circle. All right, now listen closely, guys. We're about ready to put our petals on. And what I need you guys to really think about while you're putting your petals on is that we don't want to glue them on with the paint side up. Because think about it. This is the back of our artwork. We are going to have to flip our petals over to the back or the white side and then press it down on the glue. Okay, when you put one petal down, you need to hold it down and count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that one's glued down. Now I'm going to glue my next one right next to the last one that I glued. Tell me if this is right. I'm gonna glue it just like this. Is this right? No, it's not right. You know why? Because I didn't flip it over. Remember, the white side needs to be up. The back side needs to be up. I'm gonna line it up. I'm gonna line this edge up with the edge of my other petal. And I'm gonna press it down. And I'm gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay. Okay, next one up. Is this right? No, Miss Sam, you just tried to do that. That's wrong. We got to flip our petal over so that the back side is facing up. Very good. So we're going to line it up with the last one that we did. Press down, count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, guys, we're getting somewhere. So far, I have 1, 2, 3 petals, and I still have 9 more to go. So I'm just going to keep rotating my flower around, make sure my petal is facing the white side up, press it down, count to 10. I'm almost halfway done. I'm going to press it down, my next petal down, and count to 10. Don't forget, when you put a new petal down, make sure you line up this edge with the edge of the last petal that we glued down. Looks like I've glued down all 12 of my petals, and I need to be very careful with my flower right now because this glue is still very wet. So we want to be very fragile with it. We don't want to mess too much with it, and I'm just going through and making sure all those edges are nice and glued down. And I want to flip it over because I really want to see what it looks like on the painted side. So with both hands, I'm going to carefully pick it up and flip it over. And oh my goodness, this is so big. Look, it's even bigger than my hand. It's giant. It's probably bigger than my face if I held it up to my face. But so far, these are looking absolutely gorgeous. I'm so proud of myself, and you should be super proud of yourself as well. After you cut out your circle, cut out all of your petals and glue them down onto your circle, then you are done for today. We need to let this glue dry 100%. And I'm really excited because next time we get to add the stem that's at the bottom. We're gonna add the stem, that green part, and the leaves. It's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to see how your giant flowers are turning out. I know they're going to be amazing because you guys are amazing. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.